We're going to be representing numbers now in exponential form. Remember, if you see a number, just to review here, like if you have 5 ones and it says multiply times 10 to the third power, you're going to be multiplying this by 10 3 times. Every time we multiply by 10, it's just going to shift place values. Times 10 once, times 10 twice, times 10 3 times, we would have 5,000. If I was to say 5 divided by 10 to the second power, we're now shifting in the other direction. When we divide, we're shifting in this direction. Divided by 10 once, divided by 10 twice, that's divided by 10 to the second power. If I'm asking you to represent a number, let's say like 1,000, and it says represent 1,000 in exponential form, the first thing I want you to think about is if we have 1, when we start with the number 1 in the ones place, our question is, how did this 1 get from the ones place all the way to the thousands place? Because I'm asking you about 1,000. What did you need to do to that number? We needed to multiply it because we're shifting to the left, so we multiply it by 10 one time, times 10 2 times, times 10 3 times. So we're simply just saying 1,000 is like 10 to the third power. And one way I always think about it, sometimes when I express it, I actually write it to myself as, okay, I started with 1, and then I needed to multiply it by 10 to the third power. When we represent it, we would just write 10 to the third power, though, knowing that any number times 1 is itself. Let's do one more problem now. Now, if it says represent a number like 0.001 in exponential form, the concepts remain the same. If we started with 1 in the ones place, how did we get that 1 all the way to the, not the tenths, not the hundredths, but the thousands place? And you can see I'm looking at this 1 up here and saying that's the tenth, hundredths, thousandths. How did I get that 1 to the thousands place? What did I need to do? I'm dividing it now because I'm shifting to the right on my place value chart. I'm dividing it by 10 one time, by 10 2 times, by 10 3 times. So now I would represent my answer as, you could say a couple things. You could say divided by 10 to the third power. And I'm fine if you write it like that. But another way you might see it is 10, and we'll say to the opposite of 3. You're shifting to the right 3 times. But I'm fine just expressing it as dividing by 10 to the third power. If you say 10 to the negative third power, that will indicate also you're shifting in the opposite direction, as this sign will indicate.